racingjunk.com.
Brian Massetti, welcome to Let's Grow Pulling.
Hello, everybody.
7:30 Pacific Standard Time. How's the weather? It's hotter than holy hell here. Brian. What's it like in California?
How hot is that?
The heat index was 115 today.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It was only like,
Yeah.
it's like 95 here today, 100 tomorrow, something like that.
Still hot. Still hot, you know.
Yeah, it's
Not
hot
sweater
either way.
weather.
It looks like you showered and brushed your hair and everything for tonight's performance. What's going on, Massetti?
I did.
I gotta make him big. I gotta make
Yeah,
him
well, I
big.
mean, I'm on the big stage with you guys. I gotta fit the bill.
Well, yeah, most people don't shower to come on the show, though. John
Oh,
Mears
yeah.
of PPL said he worked all day. Ron Stone, he put his hat on, and Randall put his hat on. So you know what? Do you realize? Did you look at the lineup tonight? Who you're on here with, Massetti?
I did, and I've been watching in the other room. I don't fit in this class.
Yeah, you do.
I appreciate you letting me be here with all these guys.
Why wouldn't you?
The Big Four. Call it the Big Four. Just
Thanks.
you know.
The Final Four. There you go.
Yeah, there we go. That's even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
What's happening in MLM world? We got Winnemucca coming up this weekend.
We do. We are headed out to Winnemucca, Nevada.
Kenzie
It's
did
out-
not do well in geography in school, Brian.
That's okay. I'll tell you where it is. It's pretty far away. Like it's kind of central to eastern Nevada. It's a ways out there, but it's a tri-county fair. We've been going out there for I don't know this is probably our fourth year. It's a great little town. It's neat. We have a good following of our local California pullers, and of course Chris from Nevada, but it's still a trek for him. So it's fun. We go out there, have a good time. Yeah, it is about the middle of nowhere, Nevada, but it's cool. It's a fun little place. They packed the stands. Last year we got 2 inches of rain during the day. It from like 10 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. Rained about 2 inches out there. We still were able to get the pull off and had a great event. So looking forward to going back.
How many pulls in Nevada, Brian, are there a year?
We do one.
Okay.
There's a couple others that go on early to mid-August, but there's one that we do.
Okay, cool. Winnemucca. Who's the promoter out there, Brian?
The Tri-County Fair and us, we work together. So it's actually a fair. It's their county fair. They'll have a rodeo on. So we pull on Sunday, which is not typical for us, but it is a 3-day weekend. So we pull Sunday. They have a big rodeo out there Saturday night. It's a neat little area. It's fun to go to, hang out. Probably a bunch of pullers will get together and we'll go to a Basque restaurant on Saturday night when we all get there and just hang out, have a good time. So, yeah. We are looking forward to having the Baby Huey team there, kind of a home state pull for them, if you will, even though they've got a good 3-4 hour drive.
Yeah, I always say Texas pullers and West Coast pullers are the most committed for the travel that you guys have. It's insane.
Hey, I learned a lot about Texas. We just went there last week. Our trip from our front door to James's school was 1,550 miles. Wow. When we crossed into Texas, we were at 1,000 miles. So a third of our trip was in the state of Texas, and there was still a lot more to go that we didn't get to. So that is a big driving state right there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So this coming Sunday, we will be in Winnemucca, and then we'll come home. And the following weekend, Saturday the 7th, we are headed up to Santa Rosa, Northern California, for the West Coast Diesels event. I think this is their seventh annual. It's a big show and shine it's a car show, truck show, like big truck show. We do the tractor pulls, truck and tractor pulls. That is a fun event. Huge turnout there of both pickups, show vehicles, spectators. Probably one of our larger shows for sure.
Yeah, I had a couple different posters for that, Brian. I'm put those up there now.
Now that's our third event of September.
Oh,
the Souza
okay.
Truck Show.
I didn't mean to get ahead of you.
No, that's okay. Yeah, so this is the West Coast Diesel Show, and they do have that truck is their shop truck, if you will. It pulls in that'd be a 3.6.
Yeah, we saw it. I saw it at GSI last year.
They were at GSI, and then they also have a couple of. So this belongs to the brothers that own the shop, this particular one. But there's a couple of trucks that are, I don't know, shop supported, if you will. Very good customers of theirs that they work on, and they represent the West Coast brand, and they all run very well. So we. And then this one is the Souza Memorial Truck Show, which benefits the AJ Souza Dyslexia Foundation. This will be in Turlock at the end of the month. It'll be Saturday the 28th. We'll be putting on a truck and tractor pull at their event. This is their 4th year of their event. Last year they added us in, and it's a great mix. You get the pulling, and you have all these sweet show trucks, and everything just kind of fits together well. So it's fun to get together with these guys.
Again, if you just joined us, Brian Massetti, owner of MLM Motorsports, joined us live from California. We bring him on later in the show, and we expose the West Coast family, pulling family, to Let's Grow Pulling. We had Greg Randall on earlier, executive director of the NTPA or something like that? I always forget his title. Ron Stone, the voice of the Outlaws. He's the vice president. John Mears, him and Christy run own Pro Pulling League. So great to have them on the night. Now we bring on Brian Massetti of MLM Motorsports. We've developed a good friendship over the last couple of years, and we're Beer Money Pulling Team works closely with Brian to promote all the MLM Motorsports event and get him on here. And then, of course, we had great support from the West Coast Pullers as well, coming out to the Pullers Championships with vehicles. And Brian actually himself flew out with the sons, James, Trevor, and had a great time. And it was great to see them. I think he got exposed to a pretty good event. And Holzhauer's got another event coming up, this PPL event here, September 6th and 7th. So a lot of good stuff going on, Brian. So
definitely. And we really appreciate, our friendship, obviously, but we appreciate the help that Beer Money gives us and the exposure that we get with your help and support. And I know that's a team effort on your side. It's not just Jason, but it's Mackenzie and everyone else involved.
It's less of me. It's less of me. I'm just a pretty face, Brian. I don't know.
You're the idea guy.
I am the idea.
But anyway, I do really appreciate everything.
Okay, this Garrett Reeve guy. Let's talk about this Garrett Reeve guy. He's comment on the show. What's he say, first of all? MLM, the best in the West. U.S. That's awesome people right there. Emoji. That's American flag. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I see U.S. That's what that means now. I saw that on YouTube today. So Garrett, 16 years old, started driving the truck, and he's just freaking winning every time he hooks the truck. And he's driving the truck that Donnie could never get hooked up, right?
Well, okay, if you want to go there.
Donnie's my friend. Donnie's my friend, and I'm going to say it like it is. So.
Yeah. So,
Brian, I know Donnie's a sponsor, so if you don't want to go there, we can.
No, everything you said is accurate, and
I love Donnie Reeve with my whole heart.
But I think Donnie kind of wears that as a badge of honor that his grandson has taken that truck, and he's literally just kicking everyone's ass. It's been fun, and Garrett turned 16 at your pull. I don't know if you remember, but I think that Saturday was his birthday. So just turned 16, started driving. He made a test pass at our place, and then started driving this season. And I think and I don't know, he and I talked about it at one event. He'd won half of the events he's driven in so far this year. And I think he's won the last 4 that he's been at. He's just got a feel for it. It's pretty incredible.
Some people have that ability. We talked about Jeff Hurt earlier. John Mears was saying he could drive anything. I can't drive anything. Like I'm the first one to admit that. But some people can feel it in the seat of their pants, and maybe it's that trucker blood in there. I'm being sincere. The Reeve Trucking, obviously. They can just feel it.
And he's had the experience of being at events his whole life growing up around it, with his dad and his grandpa. But that's different until you get in there and feel it. And the one that really sticks out to me was, I think, well, I mean, he won our last event, but the previous event he also won. But it didn't hop or bounce. It was just a little. The truck was a little unhappy. He just backed out of it a little bit and then eased back into it, and it just picked up and took off. So it's a note. I mean, that's just something you can't teach that.
That's a wildly tricky thing to do. I mean, I can tell you after watching four-wheel drive trucks for a long time, the minute you start playing back on that throttle and try to come back aggressively, if you nail it, you're golden. But 3 out of 4 pullers, they're going to bounce more aggressively when they try to start getting those tires. You've got to break those tires loose on that bounce. So that's a tricky thing to nail. So that
one that sticks out in my mind as an awesome piece of driving that he did it and it worked and he ended up winning. But definitely a great family. And when you meet him, you wouldn't think he's 16 years old. He carries himself as far more mature than a 16-year-old. But so it's been fun to see that. And then, we've had a lot of fun with James. He's 18 now, but he's the second youngest driver. And so the two of them have been doing well. And it's just been fun for the class. It's exciting out here now.
We're rating the RTCI Motorsports Facebook page right now. Donnie Reeves' Facebook page, playing some videos.
Lori does a fantastic job of taking videos and posting them for us.
Where's this at, Massetti?
This could have been Susanville. Yeah, our last event, Susanville.
Okay. Now that's Donnie's truck, or is that Spike's truck?
It's Spike's truck, but Donnie's driving it because they had a little run on motor issues, so Donnie took it to drive it. This wasn't the best pass.
This is Susanville, California?
Yeah.
There's Lori zooming out. She didn't want to show that any close-up on that.
Yeah. It's a little rough. We saw that. Is this James? Yeah, James is driving this one.
Boy, that whole shot, it's giving him fits right there. It wants to give him into the bounce. That's a couple in a row we've seen flirt with that. And then it levels out on the money side of the track.
It was the starting line was a little difficult on that.
Kenzie's just flipping through some videos while we keep talking.
This is fun to watch. I get a kick out of this because everything about it, your eyes get so adjusted. I've spent my entire summer in eastern Nebraska, western Iowa. A lot of corn and bean fields with a lot of the same iron, and it's a lot of fun to look at different dirt, different iron, and then just the backdrops of pulling in California. There's something, that's cool to see. I like checking this stuff out from time to time.
This fairground's kind of out on the outskirts of town, if you will. So that's just kind of high desert area up there, I guess.
Brian, what are the top 3 things you're most proud of for the 24 pulling season with MLM so far?
I am thrilled with the turnout that we've had of equipment. Like our Pro Modified class. So that's an older video there because he wasn't in Susanville, but I think the smallest class we've had of these Pro Modifieds has been 9, and I think it was in Susanville.
Oh, good.
But then also the modified tractors, the limited pro stock, even our super stock truck, our super stock gas trucks, our turnouts have been great. One thing I'm very proud of is the tight knit community of the pullers that are supporting our events. I don't want to sound bad, but I'm most proud of our team. I think if I had to pick the top 3, the top thing that I'm most proud of is our team, and that's starts with Christy, with our kids, my parents, my brother, Brad Griffin, John Spielman, the Cal Poly tractor pull team that helps us at every event. so just the team that we've put together over the years is probably our greatest accomplishment. And I think if I had to pick a third thing I'm most proud of this season is what we have coming in store for the future. I feel like we have elevated the sport of pulling in the state of California to where we are, and we're not done yet. We're going to keep it going and growing, and that starts with our events, trying to make them first class for everybody, for spectators and for competitors. And our invitational event that we've got coming up, and just how things are going. So if that works, that's the three things I'm most proud of.
I like it.
What about bring us up to speed really quickly on some points races. I want to hear about, do we have any blowouts in a good way, like someone who's just killing the season? And do we have any dog fights, where you've got two of them coming down to the wire in certain classes?
So Susanville was our 6th out of 12 points event. So we're right in the halfway season. And in our pro modified trucks, I think Garrett and Yellow Fever are within 6 points. And we do a 50-point scale, 2 points per spot. And so when we're having 9 and 10 trucks show up, 1st to 9th is a pretty good size swing. So that class is definitely our tightest points race because we've had the biggest numbers all season. The tractor classes, we've had a couple guys that have had to miss a few for different reasons, either broken or health or whatever. So that, when one guy shows up or two guys show up and then they get a 50-point lead on somebody, it's hard to recover that in only 12 events when you've only got 3 or 4 in a class. So I don't know. I know I have updated the points, but I don't know that I've sent it to Christy yet to get them on the website in all of our classes. But right now, the points race is tightest in that in the pro modified class.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been fun to watch.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Brian.
I think the top 5 in that class are within, I'm going to just say 20, 25 points, which with 6 more shows to go, with the numbers we've been having, that's not a huge, that's pretty easy to cover that ground.
Yeah. Well, you brought up an interesting point, something we're forgetting about. We're hitting our other 3 big associations tonight, and we're talking about points champions we've already crowned, and who do we think is going to do it? Because we're on the downhill slope, over here on the east side of things. But you guys run your schedule a little bit different. It's a little bit more spread out. It's a little more heavy in the spring and heavy in the fall, with maybe some off time in the summer. So you're just right in the middle. There's a lot. Your story's nowhere near the final chapter yet. You've still got a lot of stuff that's going to develop and shake down over these next couple of weeks and months.
Most definitely. With 3 events in September coming up, that's a big deal. We have 1 in the middle of October, and then we have our 2 in November. So you're right. We've got, things can change. Things will change. So yeah. And out here, our season, like our MLM season, starts usually in May, maybe April, and then we'll go through November. But Max Cackle, they'll put on an event in February during the Tulare Farm Show. So, really for pulling and for having your equipment ready, it's February to November. So it's not a lot of downtime, which is good, because too much time on our hands, we'll get bored and come up with other stuff to do. So.
You'll start souping up golf carts or something like that in your shop.
Yeah.
So no, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad there's a lot of season left, and that's good for you guys, because as the world gets more connected, we're going to wrap up stuff here in the Midwest, and we as fans are going to get hungry. And guess who's still got a product for all these eyeballs and these eager fans to go look at and follow a points race? So that should play to your hand pretty nicely. So that's a cool way that things shake down out there.
Yes. And we're, with our invitational being so late in the year in November, we are very excited to be working with Beer Money and also the Full Pull for the live stream and the broadcasting. And I understand there's probably going to be betting and wagering on our event. So we're excited about that, and we appreciate that and the spotlight that brings to us.
Yeah, we're excited to come out. We talked about you on our weekly meeting this morning, and I've been talking to Kenny Shepard, start talking about the live stream, but it will be live streamed on fullpull.live. Fans, there will be betting up on fullpullpicks.com, and we will. They're going to make their announcement here in the next couple of weeks, Brian, on Full Pull that we're coming to Madera, California, baby.
Cool. We are excited,
and I think we're bringing some pulling vehicles with us. Is the rumor? So.
I hope so.
That's what I like to hear. And Michael, I hope the illness that you come up with that week isn't too bad, because I'm looking forward to seeing you here.
Ooh.
Mike's got diarrhea.
I am.
I don't need to know the specifics. I just want to know that he's too sick to go to school, but well enough to fly to California.
If somebody gave me a phone call and they said that your pulling services in some obscure capacity are needed in California, I would answer that phone call very quickly. So,
okay.
No, that'd be sweet. I do want to make it out there sometime in any regard. I've got to experience it. That's just a neat deal.
Definitely.
The GSI was kind of what brought us together, Brian, and that's been fun because it is the time of the year where we do have a whole audience. The rest of the country is done pulling. Like Diesels and Dark Corners in Georgia is the weekend before, and that's basically the diesel truck Super Bowl for the 2.6 and the 3.0s. I mean, I know we just had Shides, but everybody goes to that one down in Georgia because you know how the season gets, Brian. Everybody's kind of tired, but after being gone off for about 6 weeks, like let's go pulling again. You need a little bit of a break. What John Mears called a long nap.
Yeah. The big nap.
A big nap.
Big nap. Yeah.
Big nap.
Yeah, even though, as you know, like bet on the duck. Yeah. Guys like John, though, there is no downtime, no nap time. It's a 12-month or more deal. So
that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. Talking about the live stream, I do want to mention the West Coast Diesels event is also going to be live streamed with that Speed Union TV. The guys that did our event in Stockton in June.
What's it called?
Speed Union TV.
Speed Union?
Speed Union TV. Yeah, they do a lot of dirt tracks around the area. And they got hooked up with the AgFest people, and they broadcast our event. And I didn't get involved in any of that side because that was with AgFest and the Speed Union guys. But some of the West Coast Diesels families at home bought the live stream and watched it, and they liked it so much. So the West Coast guys got a hold of the Speed Union. They worked out a deal, and they're going to live stream the event.
Cool.
So that's pretty exciting.
I think live streaming is the next big thing for our sport. To really put more eyeballs on it. And I'm excited, obviously, about fullpullpicks.com as well as that continues to grow. We get licensed in more states. So
sure.
It's going to be fun.
Definitely.
It's going to be fun.
Anything we can do to get more eyes on our sport. And the thing I like about the way the Speed Union deal is set up, they have monthly subscriptions for people that want to watch all their short track racing and whatnot. So they will sell more just for the event, of course. Their subscribers who are used to watching dirt track racing are now going to watch a truck and tractor pull and be exposed to it. They may have never seen it. So I'm excited about that kind of stuff that we can do. Just working to keep it out there.
I like it.
Keep us out there. So.
I like it. Any surprises this year? I mean, Garrett's been the biggest surprise for me. I follow a couple of your classes pretty close to, the classes I see at GSI. Are there any other surprises, Brian, in any other classes? Like, wow, they've really stepped their game up this year and with MLM.
No, I mean, Melanesia is still kicking all of our asses, but I think there's a number of vehicles either being built or rebuilt right now. So I think that plays into next season. I know in our middleweight mod class, if you will, the twin engine class, there's going to be probably 3 new tractors out there next year that are all going to be good top shelf stuff. So that'll be exciting. The hot farms, but they're not new and exciting. They're always been there and exciting. So, but so I think next year that twin engine modified class will be, it'll be a whole new animal because there's going to be, like I said, another 3 of them. But other than that, I want to say I'm not surprised because I know the level of equipment we have out here.
Yeah.
And so the competition is good. And like Trevor says, that 3.0 class we have is pretty tough. I mean, hell, that's a class that there's a lot being rebuilt right now. Several. But the trucks that are out there running are super good trucks. So that's going to be a tough class once they all start coming back out. So it's good. We are really, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but with the vehicles that are out here, we are really in a good spot. We've got great equipment. They're continually upgrading. And this year we're getting guys that are showing up a lot, which is great. We even had old Dave Vienendahl from Oregon come down to 3 of our events so far. He's been to half of our events from Oregon. So that's pretty awesome that we're getting that kind of getting people to travel to come down and play with us too. So it's good. We are in a good spot, I think. We're trying to get these events all in order, and we're already booking shows and signing contracts for next year. So that's exciting too, that we're adding. I already know of one that they've sent me the contract that we're going to add for next year. And then I got another guy that wants us to come up there, but I got to work out something else close to that one because it's kind of too far away. But we'll keep working on it and figure it out.
No, that's the hardest part, Brian, is the distance you guys have to travel to do that. So,
and I mean, we're bringing 4, 5 trucks, that are, everything's eating up fuel. And so I understand guys that are, I get it. We're all traveling. And if I'm not going to ask people to travel to the far corners of the state just for one event, because I feel like everybody would do it for me, but I don't want to disrespect them and ask them to go that far. And, it's just going to hurt getting there and getting home. And just for one pull, I'd rather just do a pull closer to home or something. So we look at that too when we're booking events, is what's realistic, who can travel that far, who can take the time to go. We try to take care of our pullers that take care of us.
Bingo. Well said. Well said. I like that a lot. Is registration open on the website, Brian?
Yes, sir.
Okay, for Winnemucca?
For Winnemucca. And then next Monday, it'll open for Santa Rosa. We only open one event at a time just to keep things clean and easy. It works better for us that way. So, a week is plenty of time to get registered. So next week we'll open up Santa Rosa, but right now Winnemucca is open.
Good deal. So, what classes? So you talked about the mod class a little bit. Are the diesel, are you seeing more diesel trucks starting to come along? I know Matt Orsetti just commented. I should be out very soon. He has a 3.0 truck, if I remember correctly.
He does, and I think at our event last year, it actually cracked the block. It looked like. I think I just saw him. He had posted a picture online. It looked bad, but hopefully he's getting that fixed up. That 3.0 diesel class is our biggest diesel pulling class. There probably could be 15 if everybody showed up at one time, which is a huge class for us. But we're probably averaging 5. But I know of 3 that are being rebuilt right now. So then those guys were regulars. They're just making changes and what have you. So that class is definitely, as they all come back in, it'll be great.
Matt says they should be ready for the Souza pull.
Oh, cool. Good deal.
When will we see the class list or for your for GSI 3?
It'll probably around the 1st of October is when we usually get that done. So about a month prior to the event.
Okay, good.
Yeah. We kind of, I don't know if we do it backwards or not, but we try to get everything for the event ready and then we do our classes after that. I mean, we know the classes, but we don't know the competitors yet. Plus some of them are, with the number of vehicles we've had showing up this year, some of them are going to be based on points to get in. Your point standings to get into the event. So, but we're working on all that. So, yeah.
Have you seen Kevin Moore with the big mods that he bought from Shelton's at all?
He ran. He's been out a couple times. I know we've been talking about the invitational with him. Kevin is so involved in big time car shows, and then also I believe he's a part owner in a Nitro Funny car. And I think they're expanding to 2 cars next year, and he's going to drive one of them. So he's getting licensed like maybe September and October. He's got to go somewhere and get licensed. So he is a busy guy, but I know that next year this year they're kind of shaking the bugs out and getting them figured out. And then I think next year he's planning on running pretty hard. So
Manuel Vera says, "Bring some shades. I'm bringing some bling." What?
Manuel
just talking about.
Well, I think it's a brand new motor, but I mean all the plumbing, the intercooler pipes, and the exhaust pipe. I just posted a picture. It's all polished. I think it's all stainless steel polished out, and it's Manuel's truck has always been super clean, maybe too clean for a pull truck, but it is nice. I haven't seen it in person yet, but the pictures I've seen, it looks sharp. I don't.
There it is.
You find a picture of it?
Yeah, Kenzie, we're Facebook stalking him right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Put him up on the screen. Huh?
Stay tuned. Is that what he calls it? The stay tuned truck?
I think now Manuel is huge in tuning pickups, like street pickups or race trucks or whatever. So I believe he's got a little side business going, and that's where the stay tuned comes in. I mean,
okay.
I think it may also be a play on words, see what else is coming, but
yeah,
he's a big time tuner of these things. And I don't think that picture does it justice under the hood there, but it's super clean.
I like it. Stay tuned. That is definitely a play on words. So
yeah. So that's a 3.0 truck. So we'll see. I think he made a couple passes a couple weeks ago. So looking forward to seeing what he can do.
So James is at Texas A&M?
No, he's at SMU, Southern Methodist.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then Trevor's going into his senior year at Cal Poly, right?
Trevor is going into his senior year, yep. But he doesn't start for another 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have sound on that one? Mm-hmm. Let's hear it. Did you play it? Yeah. Let's hear That's good stuff. I like that.
Yeah.
I love seeing diesel smoke in California. It makes me smile.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
I hope Kamala Harris is pissing her pants right now when she sees that stuff.
Who's that?
It's she's running for president allegedly. So
Never heard of her.
never. She's from California.
Yeah.
Eh.
There's certain words we don't use in this house.
I understand. The big question is Joan Massetti driving Yellow Fever Sunday. Oh, here we go. Is this a big surprise?
Well, like a month or so ago, I put a picture. I took a picture of mom driving like from back in the 80s. And I said something about her driving, whatever. I think it was back in the Oakland Coliseum. And so James and I were at the shop just fooling around. And I said, oh, this is going to be funny. Watch. And I said, if we get like 250 likes on this post,